It's time for the Cool Kids Countdown. All right. We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an STS Pod Club production. By the way, I'm BT, and this guy over here, Lance, who has said many, many times, he's over there moving around some papers or something, I hear it, but he has told me many, many times that he hates basketball. But he recently sent me a text about enjoying Jade's tweets about the basketball tournament. And when I ribbed him about it, his response was, she played, so I respect her opinions.
Yep.
Folks, that's code for I think with my cock. There you go. Yeah, that's right. He's from Chicago, the home of the best damn pizza in the world. And I've ate it there, and I was a pizza man at one time. He is the snark of excellence, my partner in crime. He is Lance Levine. How the hell are you, Lance?
I'm doing good. I'm here in the Snickers Rockin' Nut
you
Road
messed with the record.
Studios.
Yeah.
And I have a bonus sponsor. It's the Snickers High Protein Bar Studios, too. You know, this, I have to tell you, cost $4 in the store. $4
That's
for a
protein
Snicker
bars.
bar.
Yeah, it's kind of
So,
normal.
Yeah, so I thought I better tell you because, you know, you might want to go splurge on it, you know. on a
Yeah, I
protein
mean,
bar.
when it comes to protein bars, it has a better taste than I used to do protein bars all the time when I was in shape, and I recently got one of those protein cookies, the big protein cookies, and I couldn't even eat like a fourth of it. I laughed thinking about you, thinking, why the hell you trying to be healthy? What the hell, man? You can't eat no healthy cookie. So, speaking of healthy cookies, wait, no.
That sounds like coke.
Look at the top. Look, man. ArizonaBayCoffee.com. Order your.
There
Look,
it is.
man. This is a big bag.
Right
This
there.
is a 12-ounce bag. This 12-ounce bag.
I'm
It's a
ordering
big
some
bag.
of that
It's-
Shiznit coffee. I'm getting some
Morning shiznit. It gets you going,
Yep.
man. Listen to the
Yep.
commercial. And it just really, it has my whole studio smelling good. So go and buy some and show them that we have a huge audience that likes to buy stuff. We really want that to do. That. Let me say a couple business things, and then you can tell everybody what we're doing. Business. This is our 5th annual. That's right, 5th annual April 1st show. Everyone, we love doing the April 1st show. We've got people that text us the messages to say we can't wait to hear it. We can't wait to hear it. 5th annual. If you're watching this right now, well, you're up at 12 or 12:01 on a Saturday night. I'm gonna make sure we get that right. At midnight, 1 minute past midnight on Friday night, and so you're watching it then. You also, if you don't want to watch us, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch these pretty faces, but if you don't want to watch us, then it's going to be on the main feed also at 12:01. And if you are a Patreon member, go to stspod.club, right-hand corner, and link of all links, join, because the Patreon members got this on a Friday. Can you believe that? We gave it to them on a Friday. The 31st, March 31st, we gave it to them on a Friday. So just remember, Patreon, $5, and remember our new sponsor, up there somewhere.
ArizonaBayCoffee.com.
That's right. All right, Lance, tell us what we're doing this year. What are we doing?
It is the famous April 1st edition of CKC, the Cool Kids Countdown. We have the top 10 matches in the history of AEW Dark. You know,
Oh well,
AEW Dark.
we're keeping our theme going because we did an AEW show earlier this year.
Yep.
This week, and got a lot of response. We'll talk about that
Yep.
in the middle of this episode. And also, so we're keeping AEW theme, building up to WrestleMania. No WWE, but
That's
still,
the other
it's
guys,
WrestleMania weekend. It's all about wrestling. So here we are.
Yep.
What's it?
We have been
10
such
matches.
we've been such big fans of AEW Dark. You
Love
and I
this show.
especially.
Love
we
it,
don't
love
miss
it,
an
love it.
episode on YouTube. You know, we don't miss an episode. I stream it on the big screen because I have to have it. You know, so we've determined. You know, as usual, this is our normal MO with the lists. You know, we each created our list. We crunched them. We put them together. You, of course, have the odd choices. I have the even choices.
Because I always have the odd choices.
Of course. We agreed on the top 4, so that's surprising that we actually agreed on a few of these matches. But in the vaunted history of AEW Dark, we have picked out what we consider to be the best matches in the history of that show. So, should we get started?
Well, I want to say something behind the
scenes. Is there
more
business?
Real quick. No, Lance, you know I like ribbing you and making fun of you, but I just want – he's
Constantly
bragging about watching this on YouTube, and I really want everyone to know that if it wasn't for me, he could have never watched it on his big screen because he had no idea how to install the app. All right, I'm sorry. But, yeah, that's the only way. But we love Dark, and so we're going to get with it. Start 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm confused now. Go ahead. You got it. You got it.
So we are starting with the number 10 match in our top 10, and, of course, it is Hook beating Ace Prophet. It was on the episode of Dark Beer on September 14th. So Hook beating Ace Prophet. It was, of course, a 2 out of 3 falls match. It went over 50 minutes. And in my book, this was the match that really established Hook as the ring general that he is. You know, that guy can go. Just an amazing career that he's had already. Rookie of the Year easily last year. So, of course, Ace Prophet is the champion of Meat Camp Wrestling in North Carolina. But he jobbed here for Hook, you know. But it was a great match.
Not really a job. You go over 50 minutes, man. And Ace Prophet, he's got a hell of a following. A Twitter following there.
So I just thought it was impressive that Hook was able to go 50 minutes. You know, this was the first match that he went that long. 2 out of 3 falls. Of course, it went all 3 falls. And just an amazing match with Hook and Ace Prophet at number 10, my friend.
I love this match. When I started watching it and it started going longer, well, you know, we hear about things when it comes to Dark, no matter what version that they're putting out.
This was Dark Beer.
This was Dark Beer. I knew it was going to be a long match. Didn't think it would keep my interest. Man,
but it
Ace
did.
Ace Prophet, and I bet you didn't know. I won't do this with every match,
Uh-oh.
but I know you've noticed that those tights that Ace Prophet's wearing, there's something that's sneaking out of the back, and I know don't be pervert, but there's something sneaking out of the back. We always talked about Juice Robinson's tattoo. That is a money sign there coming up through the crack of his ass. It's up through the crack. I've seen it on Reddit, but it's coming through the crack of his ass. Ace Prophet, I still don't know. I mean, everybody's gonna say he went 50-something minutes. Come on, give Hook a chance. Which, you know, you see that all over the internet. # give Hook a chance. I can't do it. I just can't do Hook. Ace Prophet's my man. How many stars? See, I gave this match 4 stars. So, and I think it had to do with going over 50 minutes. I usually give all matches that go over 50 minutes 4 stars.
I can't remember the last time I didn't give a Hook match at least 5 stars. I think this one was 5 1/4 because I'm a hooker.
You went over again?
5 1/4 for Hook. You know, I'm a hooker. I gotta say, I've converted. So anyway, at number 10,
like hookers. Yeah, I do like hookers. So.
Yeah, well, we're old school fans. So all right, at number 9.
Spunk lube.
Wait, what about the wife? At number 9, we've got Nyla Rose beating Sunny Kiss on Dark Lounge Chair. It was November 9th. It was a hardcore intergender match. My head still hurts from trying to figure that out. So it was Nyla Rose beating Sunny Kiss, intergender hardcore match. Turned into a bloodbath, you know. I mean, obviously that became such a bloodbath. There were thumbtacks, there was broken glass, clothespins, there was a toilet brush at one moment. I don't know what happened. Just unexpected brutality from Nyla Rose and Sunny Kiss at number 9. So I had that one at 3.5 stars. So just an amazing bloodbath from those two.
It's just pure garbage. I didn't really like the match. They did it for no reason. There was no build-up whatsoever. These two, Nyla Rose and Sunny Kiss were the part of the opening roster of AEW, and I'm just really sick of some of those people like Joey Janela and Marco Stunt. They're gone for a reason. This is 2 other people that need to, see you later, bye. And they just all of a sudden it's just like the bell rang and they said, oh, yeah, this is Falls Count everywhere, hardcore. We'll do anything we want to do. And when Nyla Rose grabs Sunny Kiss's wig or whatever, he's trying to be like Bianca WWE with that, but it's coming out the side of his head now. Yeah. And then Sunny Kiss kicked Nyla Rose in the nuts, and the next thing you know, he's getting the pin and everything. So I just, I hate to do this. You gave it 3.5. You know what? I gave this match, even though it was one of you call it be odd, I just gave it 3 stars. So
I love the use of the toilet brush. That's all I can say.
No, yeah.
That goes without saying. So all right, at number 8, we had the Lee Johnson versus Lee Moriarty from Dark Extra Dark on May 6th. It was the which Lee stays on the roster because they are the same guy match. So of course that went to a time limit. Yeah,
I didn't see this, man. You're telling me? You're kidding, right? That is not the same guy?
No, it's not the same guy. It's 2 guys. Lee Johnson and Lee Moriarty. 2 different guys.
Hold on.
They both just happen to be named Lee.
You're right. It is
2
different guys.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Lee Johnson versus Lee Moriarty. Again, it was on Dark Extra Dark, May 6th. It was the which Lee stays on the roster because they are the same guy match. So, of course, it went to a time limit draw. So, in typical TK style, because you just mentioned a couple people that he released, but Big Swole, I thought, was previously the only person he ever released. So both of these guys stay on the roster, time limit draw, they both stay on the roster, and they both get raises on top of it. So I did a fun fact on this. I bet you didn't know that the viewership on this match on YouTube was 14 people. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe that's the reason they thought the same thing I did, yeah. And what AEW was it? What dark version was this?
It was Dark Extra Dark.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to come off this just totally racist here, and I don't really mean to. And I know why I didn't watch this match, because I do not watch. I mean, come on. It's kind of racist anyway when you got a whole show full of black people. That's it. There's no white person on that show. And you know it. It's not a white person on that show. And so it's kind of racist, and I will just admit, I don't watch it on a regular basis, but I really honestly thought that was the same person. So thanks, Lance. Yeah. Thanks for smarting me up. I appreciate it.
Glad I clarified that for you. So, all right, at number 7, we had Satnam Singh beating Matt Sydal on Dark Legos. It was April 9th. It was an aerial spot fest, obviously. You knew that was going to be a spot fest. What an amazing match this was. We all knew Matt Sydal was a flyer, but clearly Satnam Singh was the star on this show. I mean, the flying head scissors, the Frankensteiner off the top turnbuckle. Satnam Singh hit a 920. I thought it was a 920 splash, but then Excalibur said it was an 870 splash. So I really wasn't sure. I get confused with the math sometimes. But Satnam Singh versus Matt Sydal, beating Matt Sydal in the spot fest that it was on Dark Legos on April 9th is our number 7 match tonight.
Well, Singh is showing you everybody was like, what are you going to do with this guy? And it's all about, and we talked about this, we text each other back and forth. They got that guy, and you know why they got him. I mean, they're wanting to get into India, into a market that's going to be a lot of money. They got a guy like Jeff Jarrett helping them with that, who had a TV show in India at one time. So here we go. We got a guy that everybody thought was just going to stand around, and then all of a sudden, the ratings are going. Yes, the
flying.
ratings are
Amazing.
going up because of him.
Yeah.
And Matt Seidel's always been a favorite of mine. One time he was one of the top guys in the business until he got caught with weed. But other than that, I love this match almost as much as I like the first match, just because Singh is being able to prove to everybody. It's almost like a fuck you to everybody. I'm really good. So yeah, thumbs up to Jeff Jarrett. Also helped train him and Lethal. So good deal.
You thought Ray Phoenix was a high flyer, but man, Satnam Singh, just the high flyer of all high flyers in AEW. So I got a big future for that guy.
I want to tell you something. I looked this up because I wondered about it.
I bet you didn't know.
I bet you didn't know. When you probably do. You probably remember Meltzer's talking about this. But when he's doing his match, the top rope has a different top rope on it than during a normal match because of the size of him.
I thought they put a fourth rope on because he's
no. Well, they were going to do that, but no, they're only putting that third rope, and it's made of something. I think it's made of a cat gut. Is what I heard. It was made of. I
can only imagine the flying he's going to do if there's a fourth rope, because he could go flying outside.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Yeah,
amazing. So, all right, at number 6. We have Dr. Luther versus Griff Garrison. It was the Iron Man match on Dark Rent-A-Car on July 22nd. It pisses me off because the IWC is raving about Bryan Danielson and MJF as the best Iron Man match ever. This match was a mere 8 months ago. This was just 8 months ago. Dr. Luther against Griff Garrison. It was a charisma fest with these two. I mean, God, these two guys are just oozing charisma. I couldn't take my eyes away. So, of course, it was the Iron Man match. It ended with a 0-0 tie. Just a crazy match, just great match. Dr. Luther and Griff Garrison, just excitement personified with those two guys at number 6.
This the only problem I have is we have a lot of, put a stipulation and then they don't really get one. Or let's do some clean finishes kind of. I'm a huge Griff Garrison fan. I am. I think he's a handsome kid, great on the microphone, and probably one of the best in AEW. Luther I'm just never have been a fan of Luther. I think it's because he's Jericho's friend. But I love this match. Excellent match.
Yep. That was number 6, Griff Garrison, Dr. Luther, the Iron Man match that went to a draw on July 22nd. Dark Rent-A-Car. That was one of my favorite.
Dark Rent-A-Car. All right. Awesome, guys. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about Wednesday's show that we recorded real quick. And remember, when we come back, it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, if you're on the video version, you didn't get a commercial break, but I do want to say something about, ArizonaBayCoffee.com. They have a new flavor, and it's called Morning Shiznit. Yeah, that title is a joke, but it's not a joke coffee. It is a real coffee. Please order it. I had some of my friends already ordering. I had one of my friends send a bag to his mother today, so I think that'll be funny if she gets the joke. So he loves his mama. And we already got feedback on the episode that we released on Wednesday afternoon. And this, I'm going to pull the curtain. We're recording this on Thursday. So within 24 hours, we're getting messages about it. And everyone is saying Lance won the draft. And I agree. If you go, man, I don't know what you're doing over there. Quit throwing around papers.
I'm looking for my sunglasses. Because I won the draft.
So you won. I agree. I actually agreed with Ed on Twitter. I thought your roster was better after looking at it. But we got to make sure everyone knows that kind of like that's what you were trying to do. You were not going to take any chances because you want to beef up Rampage. And if you take all those guys and put them on a show, you're probably going to, it's probably going to be beefed up. But I got from my buddy Bull, he gave me hell for picking CM Punk first. So that was the stupidest thing I ever did. He wanted to know why, some of the girls that we picked, he wasn't too excited about that. What else was he's giving me hell about? He just gave me hell as much as he could about CM Punk. He sent me a bunch of text messages about the show. And thank you, Bull, for all the feedback, even though I don't agree with anything you said. So there you go. Any feedback besides Ed? Did you get?
I think that the CM Punk pick It's just risky. It's not a bad pick. It's not a dumb pick. It was just risky because who knows if he's going to be back or not. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
I think Bull is like a lot of the other people that read everything they read on the internet, and now they've got this horrible opinion of Punk. I've always been a Punk fan, and I'm not saying he's the most easiest person to work with. My argument, and is that he was a star. Everyone knows who he is. He wrestled in a WWE long enough, and there was double the amount of people watching it or more. So he did move, and whether he'll move it again, because there's such a smart audience. We could spend all the time talking about AEW, but such a smart audience that may not forgive him. So, but I didn't think that we would be sitting here on a Thursday night and saying that they had one of the biggest heel responses from the fans when they booed the hell out of Bryan Danielson last night, and the whole all of them got booed. I mean, that was a real reaction, so it's surprising, really surprising. All right, man, go ahead.
I just think in terms of wrapping up about the draft, I just think it was interesting that we were able to do it and create that kind of buzz in the sense that they should split the roster. There's too many goddamn talents and that are being overlooked. They need to do something to get some of those great people on the other show.
I'm so always just of the audience or of my, I've got friends from Bull's a guy that I work with the factory with and been my friend for years. And he just supports the podcast, likes to listen to us. And, he's usually on my side and he doesn't like you. But I think he did not like anything I said on that podcast, and you had the best roster.
Welcome to America.
They're
on your side, and they don't like me. So there you go.
I think maybe he may hate CM Punk as much as you love the Young Bucks. So there you go. I think
they're pretty good in the ring. They're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all right.
5, 4, 3, 2,
all right.
1.
Back to our April 1st edition of the top 10 matches in the history of AEW Dark. So we're at number 5, and of course, it's a tag match. You're a tag team, Mark. I
am a tag team
psychology. So it was Josh Woods and Tony Nese beating Peter Avalon and Aaron Solo. It was a no-dos on a pole match. It was April 14th. Talk about charisma. We were just talking about charisma in the last match. So these four battled 19 minutes. Of course, you had the QT Marshall and the Nick Camarado interference. They ran in with the Red Bull cans. It was very memorable there. Finally, it ends when Aubrey Edwards. Did I say Audrey? Aubrey Edwards. She literally dozes off in the ring during this match. Bryce Remsburg sleepwalks into the ring to make the 3 count. Tony Nese grabbed the no-dos out of Peter Avalon's hands for the win. It was a typical heel win, but it was Woods and Nese beating Avalon and Solo in the no-dos on a pole match at number 5.
The only thing about this match that the reason I think I ranked it as high as I did is I use it on an endless loop now. And if I'm ever needing to go to sleep really quick, then I'm asleep before the 19 minutes. So that's awesome. That's why I think it got such a high rating. Man, I don't know what you're doing tonight that you never did before, but you are moving. I can hear you moving papers every 3 seconds. It sounds like
must be because it's April 1st. So all
I
right,
guess no.
At number 4, we have Rio versus Rhino in a triple threat. So it was March 16th. It was on Dark Meat Chicken. This was a war. They battled over the letters of their names. So it was Rio versus Rhino in the triple threat dyslexia match over their names. So obviously Rhino would be the favorite. You would figure he outweighs Rio 275 to 80, I think is about the breakdown on their weight. So, but I'll be damned if Rio did not find a way to gore Rhino to win the match. So just a classic match. Rio versus Rhino at number 4.
You got this way too high, and you said it was the 4. It was the 4 matches that I hate Rio, and it was just not believable. Rhino should have gored both of them and pinned them in 30 seconds. She comes out there last night, and we're recording this on I'll say Wednesday night. She was out there, and I'm serious. She looks like a 12-year-old kid who does not belong anywhere near wrestling, standing up to Jamie Hayter. And then you sent me a picture of her with the 2x4, and the 2x4 was bigger than she was. So Hate it. I don't even want to talk about that match.
That was one of my favorite matches of the year. That was Dark Meat Chicken. That was one of the great matches of Dark Meat Chicken history. So as far as I'm concerned. So all right, at number 3, we have Serena Deeb beating Danhausen. It was of course January 1st on Dark Cilantro. So this was a personal favorite of mine, because I'm not a big Danhausen fan. But I love the way she tied him up in a pretzel. He tapped in 3 seconds. So this match, it was just the spectacle of seeing a female wrestling technician beating this goof and putting him in his place. And it set the AEW record for all-time fastest win. 3 seconds from Serena Deeb. So Serena Deeb beating Danhausen is at number 3.
Yeah, you say that, but
for me.
You don't want to talk about what happened afterwards because you always put, I hated that. That was stupid. Well, he cursed her, and then she shaved her head like she was in WWE, walking around with a bald head now. And for some reason, if you lose your hair in wrestling, it's a big deal. Man, Lance, look, I lost my hair in life.
In wrestling.
That's what it wasn't in wrestling. It was because of my uncle. So
how is this happening though? How is the beard thing? I don't know.
Oh, it has nothing.
How does that
Lance, they have something called Google. Okay, so I'll let you.
Kurt Angle never got his hair back.
It's called male pattern baldness. It's on the head, not anywhere else. Do you want to see?
I'm good. We're good.
All right. Okay.
Show us for the kiddos.
All right, my bad. All right, cool. Where are we at? 3?
All right. No, we're at number 2. So we have, number 2. El Hijo del Drago de Rojo Jr. beating the guy with swerve who has no name. It was December 24th on Dark Ambivalence. So who knew? I mean, we call him TGWSWHNN, the guy with swerve who has no name. We call him that. Who knew that he was such a well-versed luchador, and that his style meshed so well with Rojo? And I mean, I call him Rojo because I'm an insider. I think you call him Rojo too. So just a crisp, exciting
I just call him Rojo. I don't call him Rojo too.
Well, he is too because he's junior. So crisp, exciting match. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I really thought that this established Swerve's guy as the next superstar in AEW. I think even in defeat, the guy with swerve who has no name is now going to be a superstar based on this match with Rojo del Drago del Jr. del Rojo at number 2.
Well, the reason I know you must not have read this because you were surprised his luchador. He went. I still hear you scattered fucking papers. God. So he went to Mexico with Sasha Banks. Did you know that?
No,
when she went down there and trained, he was down there training with her. Nothing romantic or anything like that. But he was down there training every day with her and with the people. Not really her, but as part of the training session, she wasn't teaching him anything. But yeah, coming back on Dark there and looking good. This guy is probably going to be the guy that and Parker Boudreaux was one of these guys that we thought, especially me, I thought he had all kinds of, just by looking at him, he had the look, but man, he has been a disappointment. But this guy's not. This guy's not a disappointment. Go out of your way.
The guy with swerve who has no name. So
wait, I forgot to tell you this, Lance. So tell everyone, I will be putting the YouTube links to each one of these matches in order.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
I'll be put in the notes.
Excellent.
So if you want to go take a chance to look at the matches, go out of your way to look at the links that we have. Lance is going to actually send me the listing, and I'll just put the links right under it.
And you would call her Sasha Banks. It's Mercedes Moné. I'm an insider. It's Mercedes Moné.
I will never call her that.
You Mark, whatever.
Never, ever. That's like Drew. It's like Drew
Kevin
McIntyre.
Are you calling him Kevin Steen too?
No, it's taken me forever to finally call him Drew McIntyre again because I was Drew Galloway, and
Drew
Sasha
Galloway
Banks,
for half an hour.
Oh, hate that fucking name. That's the reason I'm not going to call her that. So
we are up to the top match now. This one you and I agreed upon, of course, the number 1 match in the history of Dark. It is keeping the lucha theme going. It is the obvious pick. I honestly, I don't think.
Well, everybody liked this match.
This was Microman beating Kenny Omega. It was August 19th from Dark Carmel. Kenny, literally 3 times his height, 3 times his weight. Microman was, of course, on loan from MLW. It was that weird Court Bauer lawsuit that was threatened. He was threatening TK with the lawsuit, so they had to let Microman work on Dark Carmel. It turned into a shoot. Who knew? It turned into a shoot. Microman, at 18 inches tall, went into business for himself. He hit a stunner on Kenny Omega. He pinned the cleaner in under 4 minutes. This is the guy who went 60 minutes with Okada, like 7-star matches with Okada. He loses to Microman in under 4 minutes. So obviously, just for the big dent that it made in the business and the big impression that it made, you got to go with Microman over Kenny Omega in the number 1 spot.
Just one of those things where
shocking.
It was
just shocking.
Well, it was shocking, but the idea was, and we've always talked about this, the AEW has a hard time with, we consider some of the booking and the story and what's going on. But this was a guy that they said, look, we're going to put over Microman. We're going to make him a star. And how do we do it? Well, number one, you're going to put him on AEW Dark, and we're going to put him against, put him against the top guy, and
cleaner.
Put him over. There he is. He's over. I do have that funny quote from Jim Cornette, though. Jim said, I'll say this, and I hate to say it, because I don't ever say anything even remotely negative about AEW, but this was the stupidest shit I ever seen. So there you go. Jim Cornette, stupidest shit he ever seen. And we all liked it. I put this up to, in reason, it wasn't on Dark, but it's up there with that blow dial matches, and with Omega did, that 5-star match that he did with the blow dial, and also with that blow dial. That blow up dial that I had that match with that night. That blow up dial. I said it all as one word, didn't I? Like I do. Love my mama.
Dial.
Blow dial. Blow dial.
Blow up dial. Inflatable love dial.
Blow dial. Blow dial.
Blow dial. Wait, is the inflatable love doll bigger than Riho, or is Riho bigger than the inflatable love doll?
No, man, I'd have to get me a BBW love doll. I'm not gonna feel weird.
The Willow Nightingale love doll.
Oh my God. Good God Almighty. Yes.
So there we go. That is the top 10 Dark matches in history. So thank you for listening to that, and I'm so happy that we were able to honor Microman over Omega at number 1. Glad we.
All right, guys, real quick, 2 episodes today. If you're listening to it on the main feed, I will be back at 1 p.m. Just me, BT, with Rolling into Mempo. Lance and I will be back next week with 10. It's our 7th annual WrestleMania. It's Mania Moments. 10 Mania Moments. I love saying that like that. And again, one more time, go to ArizonaBayCoffee.com. Guys, I want y'all to go out and buy bags so they'll see how much of a response we got. This is a company owned by a couple of friends of mine who do a comedy podcast. They got together, they did their own flavors, and then all of a sudden said, let's just give our podcast friends a chance to do their own flavors. And we worked together to come up with Morning Shiznit. It is a real flavor, and no, it doesn't taste like Shiznit. So guys, go out, buy it. 12-ounce bag. It was a big bag. It looked more like 24 ounces. So there you go. Same bad time, same bad channel on the best little wrestling podcast in the business. Be there. And as everyone knows, I love my mama.
And as everyone knows, I have fun everywhere I go, and I'm going to be ordering some of that. Every time I see it, it looks like Arizona Bay coffee because of
Baby, oh God, don't say
Arizona Bay Coffee. Don't miss
.com. Yes,
ArizonaBayCoffee.com. So, and I have fun everywhere I go.